to our various listeners on all the platform watching us this morning and even afternoon, wherever you find yourself in. Also, I would like to extend on behalf of our BWF Solicitors, greetings to each and everyone watching, listening. Well, Manyati, thanks for today's intro about our education, which is based on health and care worker visa. When you look at the consecutive government policy, when they took power and what they determined to put across in terms of immigration-wise, health and care worker visa was one of their priority. Okay. The reason being they realized their NHS in this UK here needs the manpower to able to move the industry forward, okay, being the health sector. So upon that, they introduced what we call the health and care worker visa. Although it used to be there, but this time they rather reintroduce it by incorporating a couple of things into it, like the social worker being part of it, because initially it was just the nurses and the doctors. But right now they've just introduced the social workers and other activities, other health sectors into it. But as time goes on, I will make mention of all those activities they've incorporate into the health and care visa if you want to come to UK and work. The main motive behind this is they want to attract qualified doctors, nurses, and allied health professionals of all nationalities, with the exception of British and Irish, who are already in the system. So if you are from third world country, let's say Ghana, Nigeria, Gambia, Uganda, you can make an application to the health and care worker visa, but you need to meet the eligibility. In order for you to meet this eligibility, you have to show that you are a qualified doctor. When we talk about a qualified doctor, you've been practiced whatever qualification you've achieved, and you've been a registered qualified doctor from the country you are from. This is what they are looking for. And also, they want you to have you being a qualified nurse, health professional, and adult social care professionals. When you look at it, they've got something we call occupation code, which enables you to see those services they need, those health professionals they need. I'm afraid we need to go through one after the other, because you might be thinking, oh, it's just for the doctors, nurses, and that. No, there are so many health professionals they need in this country. I would like to make mention of them. Some are biological scientists, biochemists, physical scientists, medical practitioners, as we normally call them, doctors, psychologists, pharmacists, dental practitioners, pediatrics, health professionals that are not elsewhere classified, such as audiologists, occupational health advisors, psychotherapists, occupational therapists, speech and language therapists, nurses, midwives, social workers, laboratory technicians, paramedics, dispensing opticians, pharmaceutical technicians, medical and dental technicians, health associate professionals, nursing auxiliaries and assistants, dental nurses, senior care workers. All these professionals, I've made mention of them, they've got something we call occupation code. So whenever, let's say, dental nurses, their occupational code is 6143. So when you are doing your application, the form, they will ask you about the occupational code. And you have to state on it for Home Office to know that you are in this category of the job you're looking for. Okay, so when, after making mention of those professions they are looking for, what the next stage we have to know is who or how can you apply for this application? So what they are looking at is first, they are saying in order for you to apply for this application, being the health and care worker visa, you need to have something we call a sponsor. And the sponsor, we've been talking about it beginning of this year, how you can get a sponsor. So Home Office, on their website, they've got the registered sponsors. So in case you want a sponsor to sponsor your program or to sponsor your job, what you first have to know is go to the Home Office website, and if a sponsor comes to you that I'm going to sponsor you, and check whether that sponsor have got a license or not. Because the license entails or entitle him to sponsor you through your application to come to UK and work for him or her. So what I always say is double check whether the sponsor is being registered with the Home Office or not. Because these are the things, if you don't take care, someone will come and say, oh, I can sponsor you. But when you put in the application, Home Office will tell you that we don't know this person as a licensed sponsor. And will create an issue on your application as well. So all the time, when you've got a sponsor, you do your background checks by making sure that that sponsor is licensed by the Home Office. So let's come to the health and care one. Normally, their sponsor is NHS in this country. But the NHS is not the only people that sponsor health people or those in that category that if you want to come to UK here as a health and social worker, what other professions they are into or who can sponsor you are your employer. I've made mention of NHS, but let's look at a situation whereby it's not NHS like the technicians and other things. We have to make sure that those people who can sponsor are being recognized by the Home Office as a licensed sponsor. So someone will ask, who are those who can sponsor? As I've already said, we know of NHS mainly, but NHS at times haven't got time to sponsor someone. They can give it to an agency to deal with it. And the agency will have a look at it and see what the requirements NHS are looking for. If you meet it, they will sponsor on behalf of the NHS. It's not only those people. There are organizations who are working hand in hand with the NHS. They also, if they are able to get their licenses, they can also sponsor you. Come and work on behalf of them to NHS. So all these things are things you looking for the job have to do your underground works and make sure that you find the right sponsor being licensed and approved by the Home Office. So with this sponsorship offer of job and that kind of thing, being able to acquire this, the next stage is, let's look at your requirements which you have to meet. Normally, what the requirements look at it is we picked something we call the salary requirement. So the salary requirement would depend on the occupation code earlier on I made mention of. Let's say a nurse, your occupation code is there, and under it, it states how much you should earn per year. Normally, what I've gone through with the Home Office website regarding the salary thing is the minimum has to start with 20,480 and above. But they have a tradable work, you can find yourself in that one. And if we are able to show that your job is needed by the UK government, that one, they might consider concession in terms of your salary as well. So what I always look at it is, when you are doing such an application, look at the salary structure of the job you are going to be offered. Alongside the salary structure, what another thing they look at it is a financial maintenance requirement. Financial maintenance requirement is such a way that you being offered a job and coming to work, at least they're expecting some amount of money with you. You're not just going to start until you've been paid before you can declare your income or you get the money. At least for your basic starting coming to UK after you've been issued a visa, they're expecting you to have at least 1,270 in your account. So this is a big something they have analyzed and work it in such a way that in case when you come here, you might need money to sort yourself out. So these are those coming outside after they've got a sponsor and they are coming in. We'll talk about those who are within UK and they want to switch to that health and care visa application. Let's look at those who are outside. Financial maintenance, you need to meet it, and our almighty English language as well. All the time, they want you to meet the English language in such a way that when you come here, you're not going to be a burden to the UK government. So the level they are expecting from you is level B1, intermediate. And it should involve speaking, listening, writing, and Manyati, the other one.
Reading.
Good, yeah. So these are the things they are expecting from you. So and normally someone will say, but lawyer, I'm from the third world country. I'm from a developing country. Can my degree meet the standard of what they are looking for? Yes. The best thing is you have to send to an organization in UK called NARIC UK. So NARIC UK will assess whether it meets their standard of the UK one. And if it meets it, that means you're exempt from that English language. Also, what they also look at it is something we call the criminal record certificate. Because you are coming outside UK and Ireland, they are expecting you to embark on or do your criminal checks and make sure you are clean to come to UK here, for them to issue you a certificate to know that you have no criminal record. So we need to take care of this one as well. And because you are coming here for more than 6 months, normally this application visa, it depends on your job offer. That would determine how many years they're going to give you in this country. The maximum is 5 years. So if you apply for it and they realize, okay, the offer of the contract I've got with my employer is under the sponsorship that's been certificate of sponsorship, states that, oh, okay, we're going to employ this person for the next 5 years. Home Office, after seeing that certificate of employment details, they also have to issue you the 5 years. So in this case, when you come in, you've got your 5 years visa coming in to come and work. After these days, because you are coming here for more than 6 months, what you have to show is you have to also do the tuberculosis test. That's the TB test. So these are the basic requirements you have to, if after getting a sponsor, in order for you to make that application. So whilst your application is with the Home Office will also do the checks and compare and make sure the information you've given them is the right information, or you are not some sort of giving a wrong information. So what I can say is, first, if you want to apply for health and care worker visa, you have to make sure that you've got a sponsor. And the sponsor has got alliances whereby Home Office is aware about the sponsor. Then also, you have to know that you've got a job offer with a sponsor. And the job offer will determine how much you're being paid and what sort of remunerations and others. The third one you have to do is you have to have a financial maintenance. And also, we have to also make sure that you are clean from any criminal records. And lastly, you have to show that you have done the tuberculosis test. So basically, when you look at the requirements they are looking at, these are the requirements for you to meet in order to be applying for the health and care visa application. Yeah.